There's so many things, so many common sense solutions that a governor can lead and implement in our state. Currently, we have a governor who refuses to do any of this. Consider this. If you're a Republican and you want to see things get done, vote yes on recall and vote yes on Kevin Paffrath.
There you have it. That is Kevin Paffrath. He's a 29-year-old self-made millionaire, investor, and real estate broker. He's also a popular YouTuber from Ventura, California. Paffrath now leads among the top 7 candidates running against Newsom in a recent Survey USA poll. 27% he has, even above Larry Elder, who we've talked to on this show. And you can see everybody else on the list is all Republicans. And Kevin Paffrath joins us now tonight. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk about solving the problems that we have in California because we've got a lot of them.
I love it. And you know what? I love talking to Democrats, too, because it always makes a good conversation. Before you could potentially win this whole thing, you need half the voters in California to vote to recall Gavin Newsom. That's going to be the toughest part. It looks right now like it's pretty close. I mean, this is one survey that I think some are very skeptical of, but it says 51% recall, 40% remain. I believe it's probably tighter than that. But the point is this, it's getting really tight for Newsom. What are you guys seeing?
Absolutely. Here's the thing. As Delta continues to expand, the Delta variant, of course, fires continue, the drought continues. We keep getting asked to have shorter showers, and we continue the nonsensical policies that are making homelessness worse, our housing crisis worse, our crime, our traffic, and our schools worse. 5th largest economy. We're ranked 40th in schools. As these things continue to get worse and we go back to school here, I think Democrats and Republicans are going to realize, this recall is actually going to happen. Time to pay attention. And when folks begin paying attention that this recall is actually going to happen and realize this is a Californian recall, not just a Republican recall, then they're going to look at their options and they're going to see that, wait a minute, who's actually going to be able to get something done? Look, bless Larry Elder's heart, but here's the thing. A Republican's going to get nothing done over the next year. That's because California Democrats have a supermajority in Congress. We need somebody with Californian solutions that are middle of the road and can work with both sides of the aisle to solve problems, because this is just a one-year governorship.
Yeah, that exactly. The supermajority is such a huge problem in that state, and it forces the furthest left crazy people into power, and that's really dangerous. I imagine, and this is what I heard tonight. I had a friend that was at the Republican debate last night. He said, you've got to be taking some heat from the party. There were people there talking about you, even though you weren't invited to that debate. What does this do? If you say you're a Democrat, Democrats probably hate you in that state right now.
You know, I've had a lot of Democrat support. I've had an outpouring of Democratic support. I will tell you, left media has given us less attention, and it's harder to get party staff to support our campaign. For example, attorneys or campaign fundraisers. But I've taken the initiative myself. I haven't let anything stop me. We've been self-funding beyond the donations that we've been getting to make sure we can operate a perfect campaign. This is my way of giving back, and I'm excited to solve the problems that we have in California, and that's why we're leading. Unfortunately, the Democratic Party and Gavin Newsom didn't choose a backup option. That's their problem. Unfortunate for them. And I believe this is a perfect opportunity for Californians to vote somebody in with reasonable, middle-of-the-road solutions that are finally going to bring future schools that teach financial education.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. I mean, the stuff you're running on, I mean, you sound like a moderate California Republican. You're mad about the homeless stuff. You're mad about the crime. You're mad about housing affordability. I mean, these are moderate to maybe slightly right-leaning. That's a platform of a moderate Republican in a lot of places in California. But you're a Democrat. Why is that?
Well, I believe I'm running to replace the leadership that we have. I don't believe the party's broken or the people are broken or Californians are broken or Republicans are broken. I think the system has a poor leader. And what we need is a JFK-style Democrat who's willing to lower taxes, who's willing to streamline government, reduce government where we can, and fix government where it's broken. A JFK-style Democrat can work with both sides of the aisle. And that's what I'm running as. Yeah, I'm a registered Democrat. I've been a registered Democrat since I've been 18, but we're getting support from both Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah, it's something else. I mean, if that was the same party of JFK, I myself might find myself underneath that umbrella. That's what's so amazing about what has happened to that party over the last 50, 60 years. It's just been astounding to see how far left they've moved. Real quick, because I want to get to it, wildfires in that state. You know, the former president, Donald Trump, said time and time again, the reason the fires are so bad is because they don't clear out the forest lands, the federal lands. They don't do a good job of forest management, and he was laughed at by Democrats in that state. What are your opinions on that?
Absolutely. The Economist ran a piece today and said in 2017, Portugal had a disastrous fire that led to 65 deaths. After that, they decided it's time for strong forest management through controlled burns. We can do controlled burns for $35 an acre. It costs us $1,500 an acre to fight wildfires. And so what we should do is we should properly fund CAL FIRE and properly conduct more controlled burns, because the reality is controlled burns save our environment. They save our endangered species more than these wildfires do. These wildfires are dangerous. They're bad. We have to properly manage our forests. And we're going to do that in partnership with the federal government, because half of the land is theirs. And so they're going to work with us on paying for that.
Yeah, understood. Well, I tell you what, he is Gavin Newsom's biggest threat right now. Kevin Paffrath, thank you so much for taking the time. Good to talk to you. We will follow this big race.
Thank you for having me, and go to meetkevin.com to learn more.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.